Who is entrepreneur? A person who's solving problems. That's it. And then charging people for doing it for them. At the beginning of this meeting, we have a problem with lights. It was completely dark in the center. So we just stand up and we fix the lights and we have light.
We did break one light.
Yeah. You cannot do, perfect. It will be some mistakes, some troubles. I hope you won't be paying for this damage. I won't tell anyone. But that was a real case study. It's a problem, solution, action, done. We have light on me. Thank you so much. So, what do? I sell books. That's it. I sell books. I publish books. I write books. I sell books. That's it. It's nothing connected with a huge innovation. It's boring. Paperback books. How many of you actually read books? Great! Nice to see the full room of my future customers. Welcome! Our present one. There's a customer in the room. Thank you so much. Huge applause for our customers. Asha. I used to have a company in Krakow that we met with Richard ages. I was young at the time. Richard was still, but still handsome as he is today. And what I did in Krakow, it was a media agency. So companies were paying me to promote them mostly in internet. It was huge success and huge failure. Huge failure. I had a list of my goals for a year. I reached all of these goals in a half a year and I was disappointed. So in the next couple of months, maybe almost 2 years, I lost this company. I had debts. I lost everything, like everything. I was dreaming about having, zero on my bank account. Zero? What do you mean? I have debts, right? It's super easy to start when you have nothing. Sometimes I hear, I don't have nothing, I don't know how to start. Great, you don't have debts. It's more than you have. It's more than you have than me when I was in a debt. So that time was 8-9 years ago, and now you can see Marcin, who is smiling. Smile is super important. And another lesson: not all people gonna like your smiles. You know what I mean? Sometimes, many times I was, I listen many different advices, and in time you can actually see this advice work or not. So I heard many of times you need to smile, be open, because people like to deal with open-minded and smiled persons. It's not true. Some of them like it, and some of them cannot, watch on your smiley face. That's true. Real lesson that I, took, and my idea was to focus only on people who like my personality, like my smile, are open, enthusiastic, and so on. It's much better to work with such a people. So, why I'm selling books? Because when you lost everything, is the moment of truth. It means that everything you believe in before wasn't working for you, right? Because you lost everything. Your hypotheses were wrong. So what you have to do? Change your plan for the future. So when I was working for different businesses, helping them promote their businesses, I understood I don't need customers who let me promote them, their products, stuff, service, whatever. I can do it for my own. So I took this knowledge, know-how, lessons and failures, and redirect this energy to my own products. What kind of products? It doesn't matter at the beginning. At the beginning, you need to just, make a first step, and second one. I see people who are trying to find the best business idea. I don't believe in a great business idea. I believe in doing business with any kind of ideas at the beginning, and then improving, learning, finding new ways of, possibilities to, reaching your goals. You know what I mean? It's not about great idea that can change the world. At the beginning, the great idea comes as you follow the path of your own, ideas, dreams, and you actually execute the idea. Ideas are cheap, right? You heard such a sentence like ideas are cheap? True? But they still have a tiny price. So you need to have a bunch of ideas and then test it. So I just wrote down 20 of the different ideas, And I choose to test the idea for a week. And another one. And one day, people started giving me money for my idea. So that moment I knew that's a great idea. Why? Because people paid for this idea. Before we spoke with one of you, and I was trying to explain what kind of things you need to grow up your business. You just need customers. Who is the customer? Person who's giving you money. That's it. So my biggest lesson was find people who are gonna pay for your ideas. That's it. Everything is easier than this. That's the first step. And most of people are doing another way. Like building products, companies, renting the office, hiring employees. I did it. I hired 30 people. Instead of finding for a proper right customer who's gonna be paying for my time, for my knowledge, for my products, and the right fit for me, because you can find customers everywhere, but not each customer gonna be your best customer. So that was another lesson to find the proper one, the right one. How I should do it to find the best customer? Test it. I don't know how you should do business. The only thing I know that you should test it. Test your ideas. I have an idea. Go and test it. Like not in your brain, not in your university. Just go out and try to sell your products. I don't have a product, I just have an idea. So start to sell your ideas. That was my biggest lessons from my future. And when you ask me how I started, earning first money, I was doing gigs for Richard. I'm not sure you remember this. I was standing in a queue for hours, like Enea energy companies, and I was paying your bills, and then you were paying me for standing in a queue. Remember this?
I got you to do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I think it was win-win.
Yeah, because you paid me. You saved time.
Yes.
I asked Richard that time, 20 years ago? Like ages. What can I do for you? What kind of shit you don't want to deal with? I will do it. Okay, I need to go to Enea, whatever, stand in a queue for 3 hours, give some papers and pay some 30 zloty for it. And I did it. That was beginning of meeting Richard. Then I then you introduced me to Toastmasters and so on and so on and so on. These tiny steps, tiny activities, doing taking shit from other people and doing it for them, sometimes even for free. I did millions of things for free for people as a favors, as experience. I getting knowledge, experience, going out and see what I can do, what's for me, to have a broader perspective and see what kind of different things I can do, what people gonna pay for me, and what kind of things I want to do. So that's my story. To sum up, go and test your ideas. Do it not in your brain, in your head, but just go to the strangers and try to convince them to trust you with their money, and then set up your company. Or maybe in a testing part of your life, you will discover, business is not for me, because business is not for everyone. It's a great sport, I agree, but it's not for everyone. The price of doing business is huge. You need to deal with stress, with customers, with employees, with many different things, but you need to test it. Is business right for me? Maybe you're gonna be the best employee of the year. Maybe you're gonna be the best co-founder, not like a main founder, and so on and so on. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to help and share my knowledge with you all.
Okay, so let's start by giving the way this works, I start with a question, and if anyone here has questions, there are going to be two opportunities. One is just raise your hand so I can call on you. The second opportunity will be later on in the evening when you can just come up. So you gave one piece of advice, which was solve people's problems. In order to have a business, you need to solve a problem. And towards the end of your talk, you said you were asking people what you could do to help them. And you said even do something for free. On the other hand, you said do it for money. Can you explain why it's a good idea to offer to do things for free? By the way, Marcin isn't paid. We're not paid. A lot of us are doing things for free this evening. We even have the venue for free, although maybe they're going to make some money on the bar. But why would it be a good idea if you're a young man or woman and you're ambitious to do something for free?
Experience. connections, networking. I help you, you gave me some little money, and that was the beginning of the relationship. When you ask me, hey Marcin, can you come to this place and give 1 hour of your time for free? I said yes, like straight away. If some other people ask me, I will say no. I will send invoice, first paid for my time, because now I can spend my evening with my girls instead of bunch of strangers, right? It was
We
a
are
joke.
very grateful.
Yes.
Really, we are.
But you don't need to pay invoice for my time, because we are friends. That's why we exchange, and it's our way of paying for.
And I'd add to what Marcin has just said, that you're also building your personal reputation. That
Correct.
If you get a reputation for being a helpful person, and that even if it's something simple like standing in a line, just doing something useful.
Like go-to person, right?
Yeah, if you can just get the reputation for being a helpful, useful person, there'll be one person in this room who's got money, and there may be more than one person in this room who's got money, who's got problems needing solving. Who are they going to ask? The helpful person in the room, or someone they haven't met? And you get hundreds of CVs as a business person. If you meet someone face to face, or even ask the question, how can I be helpful? That is a great question. Okay, do we have any questions from the audience? Po polsku, in Polish?
I would just add something I think interesting. If you are sending CV to find a job, it means that you are doing something wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you are, yeah.
And one more thing. Marcin has his opinion, I have my opinion. They say in English there's more than one way to skin a rabbit. You can listen to 3 entrepreneurs this evening. Next is Joanna. You may disagree with all of us, and that's fine.
I agree to disagree.
Yeah, listen to different people and find out the way that works for you. So do we have any questions now? Don't be afraid. Yes.
Yes.
Let's have a round of applause for the first question. But before you ask your question, if you could just give us your name and what you do, okay?
Okay, so my name is Ewelina, and I'm working in Human Resources Department in one of company in Lublin.
Okay.
And I have a question about this, how to deal with stress when you have a zero on account, and how to go to your IKEA. And
I have a great answer. Quickly. When you lost everything, you have nothing to lose more. You're fighting with time because you need to pay the rent, right? You stop thinking about other people's opinion. It's very, amazing time. There's some good things when you fail. You don't care about this. I don't care about what people think. I can care about my new business, my new ideas. Go back on the track. That's your only goal. You don't look behind because you don't have time, because people are running to get money from you because you didn't pay them, like employees, whatever.
That's absolutely. And one more thing is, like, coming to events like this, you meet people like Marcin, you meet people like me. I've been bankrupt. I've literally lost millions of zloty, and I'm still here, right? And I'm not that smart. So you
Be like Richard.
No. What I mean is, like, coming to events. If you meet entrepreneurs and you see that they're basically just regular people who deal with stress, and you really, even if you work in a safe zakład pracy, it's still stressful, right? There's just different stresses. I don't believe there's any life without stress at all. But just meet people, talk to them, and it's a great question. So let's have another round of applause for the question. If you have questions for Marcin, he'll either write to him online or find him in the room. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Another round of applause, please. And